because he can't see behind him.
It's a fair start, and Bolt wastes no time. Seizes the lead immediately as they come to the top of the home straightaway. Here they come to the line, to the home straightaway, and Usain Bolt has the lead. Mullings is there second. Sean Crawford on the outside. But it's again, no contest. No contest. Lightning strikes twice as he crosses the finish line.
Oh, my gosh.
And he's got it. 19.20. Another world record for Usain Bolt. That means his last 5 championship races have all been gold medal world records.
Okay, Tom, I saw the first 4 coming. This might be the biggest and greatest world record that he has set, because 19.30, I think, is the best performance that he has had up until his 9:58. How does he do it? A 10th has been taken off of the 200-meter world record. And Usain Bolt has now broken his 5th world record in 12 months.
And rounded down, it's 1919.
So he's gone all the way past all the 19.3s, all the way past all the 19.2s, and becomes the first man to break 19.3 and the first man to break 19.2. No Tyson Gay, no real motivation, nobody close, and yet still he came out here and ran as hard as I have seen him run in a year. 19.20. He made a liar out of me tonight, because I had no idea how he could find that sort of performance. This year, remember, Tom, car accident, toe injury. His coach said he's ready for the double, but he did not think that he'd be able to run this kind of time, simply because his turns have been suspect this year, because he missed a lot of time when he had that injury, not being able to practice on the turn. It did not matter. And the planet celebrates again as Lightning Bolt from Trelawney in Jamaica runs 19.19. And what must Michael Johnson be thinking? 19.32 seemed unreachable. And now Bolt has taken 13/100ths of a second off of the great Michael Johnson's time.
Alonzo Edward of Panama was second. Wallace Spearman gets the bronze. Sean Crawford was 4th.
4 men break 19.90, and that is a new record. That has never happened before in world championship or Olympic history.
You remember the story about those special shoes, the color of Jamaican yams. He said that's what gives him his superpowers, the Jamaican yams.
Well, that's what I get for doubting the Lightning Bolt. I just could not see how he was going to piece that together. 19.19. There's a lot of debate as to whether later on in his career, Tom, he can really approach that 19-second barrier, which was just unheard of and unthought of just about 10 years ago. When you see this performance with no Tyson Gay around and no real challengers, and the wind is not really significant in this race, you have to think he's got a real chance at it, especially if he starts to get stronger by running some more 400-meter dashes.
Mascot's going to race him.
And this mascot has featured very, very prominently, and that's about the only time he's lost since he's been in Berlin. The mascot beats him halfway down the track.
Well, we said when we began tonight, one wonders, what will he do next?
Well, we certainly found out. And I think more than any other record that he has broken, this just leaves me in complete and utter shock. Did not think he was going to run this fast. And he didn't just barely break the record, he destroyed it. To break that sort of a record by a 11/100ths of a second is otherworldly. Even the camera guy has to congratulate him. I have not seen anybody do that so far in the World Championship.
And for America's Wallace Spearman, a little bit of redemption. He thought he had won the bronze medal in Beijing last year, but then found out he'd been disqualified for a lane violation. He does get the bronze here at the Worlds.
And Wallace, as he said, this was not the sort of year he was used to. So he has to be very happy with that. But what can he do about a young man who all by himself with no one around is capable of approaching almost 19 seconds flat?
All those young sprinters out there must be saying, you know, I might want to try a different event.
And Tom, you're kidding, but I have received emails from professional sprinters who say, you know what, I'm thinking of hanging it up because this young man is too young and too good. I'm older than him. I'm not going to improve to run those sort of times. But I can tell you, Tom, that right now in Jamaica, as they watch this live, the entire country stops. And Jamaica's a country that sometimes suffers from a lot of crime. Everything stops, including the crime. So this is always a very, very good occurrence for that island nation in the Caribbean, because the country as a whole gets lifted when this young man performs and breaks world records and creates history.
He's such a charismatic figure, too. The cameras can't take their lenses off him. The fans in the stands can't keep their eyes off him. It was something to see the flash bulbs flashing as he finished his race. It was like a sea tidal wave of flash bulbs. And he's just absolutely a charismatic figure as he pitches one of his shoes up into the stands. Well, I guess, I don't know what that was. Well, his shoes are still there. Still has them both in his hands. Anyway, those adoring Jamaican fans, he must have had an extra there somewhere.
Maybe that's the secret, free shoes. We're going to get a chance to see the lead that Usain Bolt came off of this turn with. And I said if he comes off with a 5-meter lead, he has a shot. He had just about 5 meters. Look at the grit and the grimace on his face. This took a lot of effort. He looks at the clock and leans, and into the history books for the 5th time in a year goes Usain Bolt. Not very often do you see him grimace in a race. This looked a lot like Beijing. He's looking to the right. I don't know why. No one's around. And he has done it. 1919. The first man to ever run under 19.3 and 19.20 seconds.
He sees the sign with the world record. Oh my God. And at the end of his race, he was already celebrating that. And what about 19-year-old Alonso Edward of Panama getting the silver medal, just 19 years old, and the U.S. Junior College champion from Barton County Community College in Kansas.
And Bolt gets an extra $100,000 to match the $100,000 that he got for breaking the world record in the 100. So he will leave here with a total of $320,000.
And no telling how many millions in endorsements.
Excuse me, my bad, because you get 80 grand, don't you, for first place for winning the global title. So whatever it is, it's a lot of money.
So here are the results. Usain Bolt, world record, 1919. That's right, 1919. Edward the bronze, Edward the silver, Spearman the bronze, Crawford finishing fourth.